Hello guys, welcome to my latest video. In today's video I'm bringing you another game that it's able to play an online and LAN. You will be able to create your own dedicated servers without the need of or use of Steam, so it's gonna be completely non-Steam as always. This game is called Contagion. This is basically a ripoff of Left 4 Dead. The basic idea is the same. You are playing with other people, trying to survive some zombie invasion. The good thing about this that differentiates it from Left 4 Dead is that it has some interesting gameplay modes, which I'm gonna show you just now. So I'm gonna include this little guide inside the pack. So this guide is basically the tutorial on how to play the game and all the rules and all the different maps that you have. Basically, there are 3 different maps, each with their own characteristic, prefix. The escape map, the haunted maps, and the extraction maps, each one with their own style of gameplay. But the overall idea of the game is basically the same. You're playing with humans, and you fight against zombies. When humans die, they tend to convert into zombies, and they try to kill you. A pretty important tool in this game is the use of a tool that it's the cell phone. In this game you can use cell phone weapon in order to use it as a GPS, and in order to give you hints on what to do and how to accomplish the different missions. So here in this section you can learn how to use the phone depending on what map you're playing. So once we just talk about the overall idea of the game was released in 2013. In 2013, it started a Kickstarter campaign where it reached a decent amount of money to be able to be released in Steam Early Access. So it's a pretty indie game. I much rather prefer Left 4 Dead 2, but Contagion has its own unique style of gameplay anyways. So as always, you'll have to go into gravisoftnet.com with my webpage and go to forum. You can notice that once you go into my forum, you'll notice that the forum has been completely changed. I completely changed the platform. This time around, the new forum looks much more professional. It has better security. It's more stable than before. It doesn't have any type of publicity or commercial banners and stuff like that. So I pretty much prefer this one. You'll find inside the hacking game section all the different games that I already released in previous tutorials. So all the different files that were available in the previous forum will be available in this forum as well. So I have ported every single thread. And also you will have to go into announcements, rules and passwords. Just read the rules. It's very important in order to keep my community free of stupid people and retarded violence. So I try to keep my community with certain amount of respect and certain amount of manners. So just read the rules. You're gonna have the passwords of all the files, and also make sure to watch on and see the Gravity TV streaming service, which I currently have, that it streams different anime and stuff like that you might like mainly from Japan. So you can go into here, see how it goes, and the online server section is gonna be the section where I'm gonna post the different servers that I'm gonna host. But so far I'm not hosting any servers currently. So um, the files you will be able to get it in the hacking game thread in the forum as always. Once you get the pack, you'll get something like this. This is gonna be the folder. What I basically did, this one was a bit tricky to figure out because it was made in such a weird way that not the conventional Steam cracks didn't actually work with this one. You might think that this is a source game and the overall procedure of cracking would be the same as Counter-Strike Source or Left 4 Dead 2 or games or Day of Defeat Source. Games that use Source Engine tend to be the same, but not this time around. This time around, you know, the crack was a little bit more complicated, but it's not that difficult. So basically, I also included a little tutorial text that you can read. It's in Spanish, so what you have to do is just, this part is in Spanish, so just copy the text and put it inside Google Translator. If you have at least two neurons inside your brain, you'll figure it out. It's very easy to use. In order to launch the dedicated server, all you have to do is use a Smart CMenu launcher. Here you'll have the dedicated server parameters. You can change the parameter from dedicated server, modifying this. Basically, you can change whatever map you want to use. In this case, the map that is going to be used is CH, Cyprus, Spark, or something like that. And everything is ready to go. In order to launch the client, on the other hand, you'll have to use RevLoader executable. You will be able to change your name or all that stuff opening the RevInit here, and you can change the name of the player you want to use. In my case, I'll usually put player name Gravisoft. You can change whatever name you want to use, and these are the parameters that the crack is using to launch the game. So this is very straightforward. I'm going to teach you how to configure now the source emu, the source mod, if you want to administrate your server properly. Everything has been pre-installed. So just go into a Contagion folder, go to add-ins, go to source mode, and go to configs, and here you open admin simple, and here just place your local IP of the server that is actually going to host the server. Just make sure to put your local IP, and just make sure to go into your router and open the ports. Just make sure about this, because people just say, oh, I watch your videos, I watch every single detail of the videos, but I can't connect. Well, that happens because they don't listen to me and they don't follow basic instructions. So all you have to do is figure out your local IP, and then just figure out whatever default gateway your router uses, and open your external ports so people from the outside can enter. So once you just put your basic information there, just go back, and we're gonna open up the server now. We're gonna open Smart Sim Launcher, gonna open the dedicated server. First time you launch it, obviously Windows gonna ask you to open the firewall. Just say okay, say yes. Just wait until you see VAC secure mode disable. So that's perfectly normal. Now what you want to do is go into the tutorial part, and we're gonna copy MetaList and just paste it inside here, and you'll see that if the source mode has been installed successfully, which it was, you should be able to see these two plugins, source mode and SDK tool. So that means source mode has been installed correctly. So once you have that, go into and copy this little line that says SM_reload admins, and just click and enter, and your newly admin local IP that we just modified seconds ago, you should be able to be granted admin powers. Admin cache has been refreshed. Okay, so another way to, if you can change the map from outside, from the dedicated server window, if you just type SM_map space and whatever name of the map you want to choose to change the server. But we're not going to do that just now. So yeah, so basically that's it for the game. A server, the dedicated server. Now we're gonna just leave this dedicated server open, and we're gonna open the client. So we're gonna use this time RevLoader executable in order to launch the game. Okay, so I'm gonna bring down the volume a little bit more, and here you can see I'm gonna just maximize the window so you guys can see all this in better detail. Okay, so we are in game. In order to connect to the server, obviously if you are inside the same network, just you can either just type your local IP of the game server, or you also can do what you also can do is go to server browser, go into LAN, and your local server should appear here. Anyways, we're gonna just type the local IP. If you're hosting a server and you want people to join your server from external parts of the world, just type, everybody will have to type your external IP, right? So now we're just gonna click and enter, connect, And you should be able to enter your dedicated server now. Just when I wait a couple of seconds, you can see that the map is being loaded. Here you have to choose whatever character you want to use. Every single character has different weapons. I'm not sure if they have different abilities, but they do have different weapons. So we're gonna go and ready. I'm gonna select the hot chick, the hot little blonde girl, and we are here inside the game. You can see that we are connected. I have a couple numbers of of lag, so that means that we are connected to the dedicated server and we are not actually inside a normal LAN. So what you're gonna teach you now is how to access your source mode commands if you want to administrate your server from inside the game. Once you are inside the server playing, just open the console and type smadmin, and once you type it, you should see this little menu with the basic commands of the server. You can slap people, slay them, which means that you want to kill them, kick players, ban players, mute players, stuff like that. You can also go into server commands. You can execute different config files, change the map, all the basic admin stuff you can do here. You can also start voting sessions, and basically you have the control. So so this was pretty much the little tutorial on how to play Contagion. Also make sure that just keep in mind that this version of the game is one of the latest versions released, if not the latest version up to date. So if you're gonna go into the console and type version, you'll see here that the version was downloaded the 10th of May in 2010, so it's pretty recent. The network version is 2135, and basically this is the game. I hope you like it. I hope you have a good time. I hope you're doing relatively good during quarantine or whatever phase your country is facing against this coronavirus crap. And keep safe. And okay, so see you next time. Bye.